Hey there, it's Coach Curl here, and welcome to Monday Mentoring. And today I'm dissecting further John Maxwell's work, Put Your Dream to the Test. And today I'm going to ask the question, whose dream is it? So whose dream is it? Because many of us go through childhood and some of us may have a weighted expectation placed on them, whether it is to be following in the footsteps of the father, the mother, the parent, the family, or even to fly the flag higher than what has been done in previous generations. So most of us have this expectation that's placed upon us, and from a good sense, from a good place, but it's placed upon us. And this can be tough. Now, also consider that this is happening within our conditioning, within our environment, at a time when we really don't know what it is that we're indeed good at, or that we have a clear understanding of our own strengths, our own capabilities, or actually what we want to do ourselves. So we've got this weight of expectations placed upon us at a time when we really don't know ourselves and what it is that we're capable of, or what it is that we really want to do. And this is no surprise, because as children, we see the world through our parents' eyes. Our parents' approval is often something that we chase. We want to be like dad. We want mum's approval. We want our partners to be approved by our parents. So we see the world through our parents' eyes. Have you ever seen, or have you ever felt that yourself? Now think about those who've given up on their creative or their sporting endeavors to get themselves a steady job, because that was the advice from the family. That was the expectation from the family. What about those that get married or got married and settled down to please their mum, to have kids, to feed the generation line, to give your parents to allow your parents to become grandparents? Maybe some of you have not continued a relationship because mum or dad didn't approve. Or, going to the absolute extreme, what about those that became a lawyer or started off on a professional journey because of the family line, because of those expectations? An interesting way to look at this is when we look at this concept called the midlife crisis, or a mid-career change. Often we're changing career or going through that crisis because we've been living someone else's dream. We've been living a dream that's based on someone else's expectations, other people's perceptions around what our lives are. And when we finally realize that, when we're going through this thing called midlife, we're going through a bit of a crisis, we go through a bit of a change, and it's often because we've been living someone else's dream and not necessarily your own. You cannot achieve a dream you do not own. You can achieve success in something you don't own, but you don't feel the achievement behind that dream unless you own it. And think about this from your own personal expectations. Absolutely true, absolutely relevant. How have your dreams, your plans, your goals been influenced by others? Have they been influenced by others? Have you been courageous enough to step into who it is that you are and what it is that you want to do? Have you been living a dream that isn't yours? That's a goal that I want you to think about today. It's a goal that every human should be thinking about. Stepping in to my dream, trying to discover my dream, trying to work through that passion of my dream. Because that's your role. That's your role to discover that. That's your role. That's your purpose, to find that. Discover your dream and find your passion. So during the week, reflect back. Where do you now sit in the pursuit of your dream? Where do you now sit? And are you really living your dream? Thanks for tuning in to Monday Mentoring. I'll see you all again next week. Bye for now.